Hi there. You ever notice how whenever someone says, I'm just being realistic, it's almost always after they've given up on something? Like, almost always. It's never, I'm being realistic, so I'm going to chase my dream even harder. Nope. It's usually right after a dream gets shoved into the back of a drawer, behind that pair of socks you haven't seen in years. Look, let's be honest, realistic sounds responsible. It sounds mature. It sounds like you're doing the smart thing. But a lot of the time, it's just a fancy way of saying, I'm scared, or I tried once and failed, or I don't think I'm good enough. And hey, those feelings, they're valid, totally human. But calling it being realistic is like putting a shiny bow on giving up. You're not fooling anyone, not even yourself. We live in a world where caution is praised and big dreams are often seen as delusional. You tell someone you want to start a business. They ask if you've thought about health insurance. You say you want to be a writer. They ask if that pays the bills. You say you want to move to another country. They ask if you know how expensive rent is there. It's like the moment you share a dream, someone tries to shrink it down to a size they're comfortable with, and maybe it's not even other people. Maybe it's your own inner voice whispering doubts. You start talking yourself out of what you want before you've even tried. I mean, I probably wouldn't have made it anyway, you say, sipping your coffee, scrolling Instagram, watching someone else live the life you wanted. And there it is again, being realistic. But here's the thing, no one tells you being realistic doesn't mean lowering your expectations. It should mean understanding the risks and still going for it anyway. It should mean being aware, not afraid. Because let's be honest, every great thing that's ever happened started off looking totally unrealistic. Planes? Unbelievable. Smartphones? Sci-fi. Making money doing what you love? Absurd. Until someone actually does it. The truth is, we often confuse realism with fear dressed up in a business suit. We give up on ourselves and then pat ourselves on the back for being practical. But maybe, just maybe, it's not about being practical. Maybe it's about being persistent and stubborn and wildly unreasonable. The kind of unreasonable that makes people raise their eyebrows and say, you really think you can pull that off? And you just smile and say, watch me. Now, this doesn't mean quitting your job tomorrow and moving to Bali with no plan. Please don't do that unless you have a very solid backup. It means allowing yourself to believe in your own potential a little bit longer than is comfortable. It means betting on yourself when no one else is willing to. It means being unrealistic enough to dream and realistic enough to put in the work. Because let's face it, if you only do what's realistic, you'll only ever get what everyone else already has. So the next time you catch yourself saying, I'm just being realistic, pause, ask yourself, am I really? Or am I just afraid to hope again? Because here's the truth no one wants to say out loud. Most people give up not because it was impossible, but because it was inconvenient, uncomfortable, or just a little too slow. But you don't have to be most people. Go be delusional in the best way possible. Chase that thing. Try again. Be unreasonable. Be wild. Be real with yourself, but never realistic in the way that clips your own wings. Because if there's one thing worse than failing, it's sitting around one day realizing you never even tried. And that's not being realistic. That's just giving up. So if you've been calling it being realistic lately, maybe it's time to check yourself. Maybe it's time to get a little wild again, a little hopeful, a little untamed. Until next time, stay untamed.